Hi guys, welcome to the Indie Review. This week we're going to be fighting off waves of zombies, crunching numbers, and battling monkeys from space.
Good.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jake.
Welcome to this week's episode. So, the first game on the list was Zombie Apocalypse.
Zombie invasion.
Zombie invasion. My bad.
Not quite an apocalypse.
Not
merely
quite.
an invasion.
So this was on the Google Play Store for Android.
Yeah. It may also be on the iStore as well. We haven't checked.
We haven't checked. If anybody can help on that one, that'd be great. So how did you find it, Jake?
I was confused by zombie invasion. You are presented with a rotating man, who every time, I'm assuming he's a man, and every time he fires his weapon, he rotates in a different direction, and he must fight off waves of zombies attempting to invade his personal space.
Now, I found it incredibly difficult.
I found it incredibly difficult as well. Catastrophically difficult. And I was presented with a large number of levels as well, and it just kind of felt like quite an overwhelming task to beat this invasion with my one rotating guy. Having said that, the graphics were nice, colourful. The sound effects were great. The world map looked very nice and accurate.
In fairness, this is a game by Daniel Velasquez Caballero. I hope I've got that right. It's his first game, so and it's currently in. I don't know if it's version 0.4 or whatever, but for a first stab, it works. It all works well.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I couldn't fault it on that. It loaded fine, and I couldn't make this. But yeah, I found it really, really difficult. I couldn't get past the first level.
One big criticism for me though was the amount of adverts.
Oh God, yes, yeah. And I get it. Like, I suppose if you don't have that much of a cash flow going or whatever, then to put the adverts in the game. But for example, the persistent banner ad at the bottom stopped you seeing zombies that came up from the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
So, like, actively made your playing experience worse. And I found it kind of quite intrusive. But I think there's some potential there. It would have been nice to see maybe some levels with less zombies for noobs like myself.
Like a sort of warm-up level.
Yeah. I think on the first level you're presented with the task of killing. Well, actually, you can do any number of levels in Australia, I think, as the first level. But in the first one that I picked, I was told to kill 50 zombies with 30 bullets. And I think
the maths don't quite work there, do they?
No, I think I fired about 8 bullets at the first zombie, missing him each time and rotating each time, and it just...
Yeah, perhaps a fully automatic weapon might be called for.
Maybe, or just 4 zombies. That'd be fine. And then the next one, give me 5. I think it would certainly be a game that you could master with enough time, but I didn't feel the urge to give it a large amount of time.
So, would you say it's worth a download?
I'd say it's worth a download. I'd say it's worth a look. I have not seen anything like it before. Don't let the fact that it's about zombies fool you. It seems to be a relatively original concept. But I think maybe the difficulty curve needs ironing out because it seems to be a difficulty wall at present.
Good stuff. So moving on to Number Rain.
Yes.
By a developer called Abhineet Prasad. Again, I hope I've got the name right. Sorry if I haven't. Now, I really liked the concept to this game. I like the idea of sort of combining the sort of bubble blowing up phenomenon that's going on with a bit of brain training.
Exactly. Yeah. Because the basic concept is that a number appears at the top of the screen and bubbles gradually drop into the screen with numbers and mathematical symbols and you have to connect up the numbers and the mathematical symbols to make the number at the top. And that was fun. And it was very nicely presented and felt very satisfying to sort of click stuff into place. It was incredibly complimentary.
Yeah.
If
You are a genius.
Yes. No, you, sir.
Oh, you, sir, are a genius, yeah.
If you do a sum, I think, with more than 4 operations, it calls you a genius, which I appreciated. And yes, the concept of it is great. I mean, it's there were occasions where it did feel a little bit stressful until I realised that I didn't think it was possible to die or to lose in the game in any way. Which means that technically you could just kind of sit there and wait for the correct number to fall to complete your sum that you'd already started.
Yeah, so perhaps a sort of limit of how many balls you can have on the screen.
Yeah, maybe.
Before you lose.
Or like a kind of Tetris style, like maybe if they get above a certain level in the screen, then you lose.
Yeah.
Or something like that, so you have to try and clear them as quickly as possible. But it was cool. They had like some neat ideas, like there were power-ups and things. Like so you could sort of bomb away some of the numbers. For example, you could freeze the screen. You could give yourself a hint, which just basically told you how to solve the puzzle.
Yeah, I did find myself making ludicrously long equations to solve, like to get to 6. I was doing like 2 plus 7 plus 6 minus, and making a really long sum just to get rid of the balls. And I thought that was quite a neat way around doing it.
Definitely, and it does make you faster and better at mental arithmetic, or at least I kind of felt a little bit sharper towards the end of it. But I think the lack of threat meant that it didn't feel very much like a game. It felt like doing some brain training, really.
So perhaps giving it that element of threat might just sort of I don't know, make it a bit more competitive and
make it more of a game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great sort of maths tool. It's a great one to kind of sharpen your kids' mental arithmetic and all that. And the price is right. Probably worth mentioning that all these games we're reviewing are free, and you're supporting small indie developers.
I should mention as well that this game's available on Android. Through the Google Store. And yeah, it's again, I would recommend having a go at this game.
Yeah.
And
I think it's an effective way to kill some spare time on like a tube or public transport of your choice. So why not kind of do a little bit of brain training? Why not learn to be a bit better at mental arithmetic? But in terms of an actual game that you play for fun, I'm not so sure yet. Though I think it's got all the makings of something that could be quite good. I also liked the in contrast to our last one, this one actually did have a reasonable difficulty curve. For example, it started off with just pluses, and then added in minuses, and then added in timesing, and then added in dividing. So it didn't kind of overwhelm you with everything at the beginning. It allowed you to build up stuff, and the numbers got gradually bigger. So clearly somebody's kind of thought about how this would progress. But I think it needs a sense of threat.
Yeah.
To make it an actual game that might kind of have that addictive, just one more go quality.
Now, talking about a sense of threat, what about Destroy the Monkeys?
Destroy those monkeys.
This is from Ben Thumbs at Blue Thumbs Gaming. The link to this will be in the comment section below. What did you think of this one?
God, it was an interesting couple of hours spent with this. I really quite enjoyed it.
It was fun. It was a wonderful sort of take on Space Invaders.
Yes,
and
it made me chuckle a lot.
Yeah, definitely. The difficulty curve was steep in this one. I did find.
Yeah. It was certainly steep for me until I realised that you could fly up as well as along.
I struggled until I found you could go off either side of the screen.
Yes, indeed, and reappear at the other side.
Yeah, so I was dying to. Are they turds that drop down?
Yes, they are monkeys. They are flinging poo.
Monkeys flinging poo.
More concerning is that they are just faces and their mouths open and poo comes out, and there are at least 2 sizes of neon flying poo. that come out with a satisfying poo-based noise. that, so yes, there is. It's fine. It's like a kind of bullet hell Space Invader mad thing that Google Chrome thinks is malicious software, but it isn't. Honest.
Yeah, that's that's one point there. My Google did try and stop me from downloading it due to a threat. I virus scanned the thing and everything, and it seems to be all fine. So
have I. Nothing has just been destroyed yet, and our computers are working enough to be able to make this review. So there we go.
There we go.
And the sound effects all sounded very kind of recorded in-house. I think the screams of the monkeys in particular will stay with me for some time.
Yeah, definitely.
It was cool. I liked the idea behind it. There was, I think there's a plot as well. I wasn't sure. I was quite confused. There was a lot of text.
Yeah, there might be one in there somewhere. There's just monkeys in space.
It's just monkeys in space.
You don't need plot. You've got monkeys in space.
And you're flying a banana-shaped spaceship that they're all trying to eat, I think, by throwing their feces at it. It's fine. Give it a go.
Yeah, definitely worth a download. Give Blue Thumbs Gaming some props for that one.
Definitely. It's got boss battles, which are just larger monkeys that throw more poo. But they're all very well drawn and amusing, and they all have like different powers and throw different types of poo and various other things at you. It's mad. It's absolute mad. There's something wrong with the developers, but that's okay. Support them in their venture.
Support them all. Yeah, so that's all we've got time for in this episode. Don't forget, if you've got a game you want reviewing, drop us an email at bottlerocketuk@gmail.com, or just give us a message on Twitter at bottlerocket. Just get in touch and we'll stick you in one of the videos. But for this episode, I've been Chris.
And I've been Jake.
Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.
Ciao.